All right, so in part one, we documented like what led me to addiction, like some small underlying issues, but we really didn't go deep into the depths of the hell I went through, of the truly traumatic self-inflicted trauma that I did. So let's run this right here. I stopped at age 24, 23 or 24, but we're going to run it back to 17. At this point, I was a real miserable prick. The cocaine was taking over my life. Couldn't function without it in school. Couldn't have normal conversations. Couldn't engage with females. And keep in mind, like, I was always, not going to say I'm super hot or anything, because I'm humble. I'm awesome. My personality is sexy as fuck. I'm not going to front on that, but I just, I thought I wasn't shit and all this. That doesn't matter. What matters is my mom and stepdad were, not that they tried, but it was huge enablers. They were huge enablers for me in the sense that they let me walk all over them, pretty much. I took them for granted. My mom loved and adored me, and I treated her like shit. Case in point, she goes to wake me up for school one morning, right? I had just come in from partying at 6 in the a.m. Yeah, what kind of 17-year-old son comes in their mother's house all binged up at 6 in the morning, right? So she goes to wake me up. I freak out. I put my head through the fucking drywall, for one, and then I freaked out. I scared her, got in her face to the point where she had fell backwards down the steps. I caused that. It took me years to get over this, and I know I'm going to get shade on that, but guess what? The people that I needed forgiveness from, including myself, have forgiven me. So throw your shade somewhere else, because that's, we're addicts. We all fucking do sick, despicable shit. All right? We all do just god-awful things that make us ask why and how we lived with ourselves, because I don't know how I did live with myself. So that happened, and I was removed from the house. My stepdad really wanted to make a man out of me and destroy me, for lack of a better word. And he should have. He really should have. I was homeless. I was sleeping on a park bench in the middle of winter, snowing out, at no one's fault but my own, like most things I've been through in life, right? So I humbled myself. I called my mom. I said, listen, Mom, I need help. I can't do this. I can't do it. I won't do it. She got me into a program, Bowling Green Brandywine, and I took it seriously for a little while. I didn't. I was still that lying, deceiving, self-hateful Eddie. Just ugly person at the time, right? And in treatment, I used. People were mailing in drugs, and it was just a bad gig there, bad vibe. Really not a good thing. It was totally not a thing at all. But I did go to a halfway house afterwards in York, which I didn't take seriously at all. I was a miserable prick there. Didn't want to get a job, didn't comply with the rules, was out fucking trying to get some weed, get some ass, drinking, They had to boot me out of there, and here comes mommy to the rescue, and that leads up to my dad's death and all that shit. Let's go to age 21. This is 2009. The Eagles and the Steelers, I had just come home. The Eagles and the Steelers both were in the playoffs, and they were both in their respective conference championship games. They made it to the conference championships, and me and my stepdad, as soon as I come, how about them Steelers? I was like, yeah, how about them Birds? And he's running his mouth, drunk as fuck, and I'm just like, all right, Mike, yeah, take your ass to bed and all this and that. Follows me up the steps, it gets physical, beats me within an inch of my life, chokes the living fuck out of me. Luckily, I had enough wiggle room to wrap my watch around my knuckles, and I just started mauling him. And I left the house. My mom came home, found this out. I stayed at a hotel with my buddy. My mom was severely pissed. She was going to leave my stepdad, and I had asked her not to because I understand why he did it. That was bent up frustration, aggravation from the shit I put him and my mom through, my mom specifically. And I can't fault the guy for that. So after that, me and my stepdad were cool. You know, that actually we earned each other's mutual respect. So let's bring it back to where I left off in part one. So I get with my fiance, the woman that goes on to be my fiance, in January 18th, 2012. Things start off really good, love at first sight thing, you know. I find out she is also a recovering addict and has been to several treatments. At this point in my life, I was in 3 different treatment facilities. She was in a few, including one in Florida that she just came from before she moved here to Hershey. Before she had moved to Hershey. So things are going, really developing. We talks about getting a place are coming up early as hell. Weirdos. Anyway, so yeah, I was really happy with her. I never met a woman that made me feel so alive, made me want to do so many things. Started making plans together, saying about going. She used to be in school for management with an emphasis on music. She loved music. I think that's why I developed such a passion for music. I've always loved music, but she just escalated that. I was going to go back to school for sports, color commentating, and broadcasting. We were going to move down to her hometown, Charleston, South Carolina, once we had everything set up, and then the wheels fell off around. She had relapsed. I enabled it. I took her buddy to go get some shit, bags, and I think this was May. She had taken one, and I was so subliminal, like, to the point where I turn my nose, like, if it was something, and I'm this way to this day. If it's something I don't want to believe, I'll turn my head to it and ignore all the side because I care about you that much and I just want to see you as the person that I feel you are. Not all that extra shit that people warn me about. So anyway, she also cheated on me. And one night we're playing a game of Never Have I Ever, and it ended with us basically almost beating the living hell out of each other. It was despicable, it was tasteless, but we decided to stay together. I went to therapy for it, I became a better person for it, but the relationship was over then. Long story short, let's fast forward to March 31st, 2013. Her addiction once again spiraled out of control. Things were happening, she was stealing from me. I gave her an ultimatum: go get help or I'm moving out. March 31st, she committed suicide while overdosing. Needle was still in her arm. I found her hanging in our closet. One of the most traumatic things I probably ever will go through in my life. God forbid, I hope there's nothing worse than that. But, you know, I still don't know how to feel about it. On one hand, I'm pissed as shit at her. I'll never forgive her for that. At the same time, God did for me what I couldn't do for myself even before I adapted God into my life, as in, I was never going to leave her. She could have had a train ran on her and been pawning all my things, which she was pawning my things, and I don't know what she was doing to get her drugs, but nonetheless, I would have never left her. So, you know, that was the miracle happening. Unfortunately, some of us gotta be sacrificed in order for some of us to survive. So, I love her. I always will. But hey, she just, I don't know. I can't really say, because I don't know. All I know is I'm here now and I'm better off. Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's pick this up a notch. Around 27, I started getting heavy into methamphetamine, mixing it with crack. Well, after Alyssa died, I went on a spurt of sleeping with women again, different girl every night from the bar. This started around my birthday, September 21st of that year, 2013. Despicable actions, just trying to fulfill a void, and it just made me feel like complete shit about myself. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah. So fast forward to 27, this is still happening. There was a girl that moved in with me. I lost my job at the lodge due to my drug use and flipping out about people spreading rumors about Alyssa. I had an apartment, this girl named Marissa, who would prostitute out of my house, I later found out. I took her in because I felt bad. I wanted to fulfill a void. I wanted something real, and backfired on me. So, yeah, that's my own dumb fault. At 27, I started getting into meth, and most times I would do it, I would feel like the world was out to get me, like people were trying to kill me, people that love me. Now, when people say, oh, the people you use with aren't your friends, no, bull. That's bull to me. People that used with me loved me more than some people that tell me they love me in my life. Like that's no joke. That's reality for me. So that was happening, panic attacks, feeling incomplacent. Really, it was me wanting to die. Like I wanted to die. I wanted my next use to be my last, as in I didn't want to live with myself. Hated my reflection, couldn't stand the person I was. I was so done with hurting everyone, hurting myself, not knowing how to get out of this. So I'm basically threw in the towel and said, until this addiction takes me, this is what I'm going to be. Let's fast forward it to 2018, 2017, the end of it. I had a freak out at my job at the time, Texas Roadhouse. They took me to the hospital. I had walked home from Hershey Med Center, came home, stayed at my mom's for the night, thought she was trying to set me up and kill me. And I went to treatment from there. Didn't take it seriously, of course. Same old lie my way through it bull crap. Ultimately, I ended up getting kicked out of the recovery house I was in for drinking a beer. Somebody from the program had seen me walk out of the bar. So, hey man, I owe them that favor, because ultimately that ended up being part of the journey to save my life. I started working at Wyndham Hotel, which was formerly the Lancaster Host. I was partying every weekend. When you have a room for free, when your room and board is paid for, all you got to do is be on the clock. All you got to do is be on call when they need you. Yeah, enabler, big time. So I did that. Let's fast forward to July 21st, 2019. I was a wreck. I was coming off of, I was still on actually a almost 2-week-long binger with hot rails and blasting crack in between and shotgunning beers. Hell of a mix. I dozed off, don't know how. And this time period, I think in 2 weeks leading up to this, I might have got about 10 hours of sleep total. I woke up, something didn't feel right. I went outside to smoke a cigarette. Actually, I didn't have one. I went to search the butt can. That's how desperate I was. Yeah, pretty sick, right? And I want to try to wrap this up. Next thing you know, all my coworkers are out front. I'm freaking out on them, screaming alien invasion, saying they're from some made-up planet in my warped mind. And I came to, I started crying and said, I need help. The ambulance came and got me. I'm sitting in the hospital, right? I start having the aftermath freak out. And all of a sudden, in the middle of my illusions, up comes a gurney, like one of them portable hospital beds, just wheeled right in front of him. I feel like God did this for a purpose. This gurney was wheeled right in front of my bed. I swear to God, I looked at it. Alyssa was laying in it. She sits up. She goes, you are going to end up like me if you don't get your shit right. What about this person you say you want to be? What about bettering the world that seems to get worse? What about being the change that you want for society? Well, the only thing that's going to change is your existence. Get it right. I took that seriously. I went to my nurse, told her I need help. She got me into White Deer Run, Lancaster, and July 22nd was ultimately the first day of my new life. I was reborn. I had a paranormal episode, started going into contortions, convulsions, whatever it was, coming off the drugs. Later that night, in a dream, God had came to me and said, this happened for a purpose. Take my hand, trust me with your will. I will guide you in any and all situations. My faith began on that day, and the rest is history. I completed treatment successfully. I jumped right into working a program. I got into a recovery house that I wasn't too happy with, so I left to go be with my brother. I made bonds in treatment, went to go be with them in the best recovery house in Lancaster, Progress Not Perfection, PNP. Love you guys. Some of the guys in there came into White Deer Run every Sunday, gave me a message of hope, strength, courage. They made me want a taste of real recovery. And where I am today is somewhere I never thought I'd be. I'm employable today. I'm responsible. I have a home group. I have a sponsor. I'm working the steps. I'm going to therapy every week, once a week. I'm taking care of my physical and mental health and my, I have a home church. I do service work for that church, actually starting not this coming Sunday, but the following. I am scheduled to be baptized December 2nd. We sealed the deal on that this Sunday. Really nervous for that. I'm giving myself to something I never thought I had. I don't know why, of all the people that chose this life, God sacrificed me. Actually, I do know why. I've been through hate. I've been neglected, cheated on, lied to. But I did it to myself because I chose the wrong people for the wrong reasons. I had my friend telling me to keep my head up when I was sitting in a cell, while my girlfriend was keeping his head up. Isn't that some shit? You can't script nothing like that. I'm a guy, for all intents and purposes, shouldn't be making this video right now because I shouldn't be alive. I've had roadblock after roadblock, dead end after dead end. And not only have I busted down those barriers that confine me, I did it while flipping off the people and things that put up those barriers. I feel like I have a responsibility, not just to myself, but to society, to the next generation and generations after, that I don't care how little you are. I don't care how much people criticize you and say you're never going to be shit. You're just some little ass white boy, good for nothing. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you who I am. I defy the odds. Them things that would have destroyed me in the past, I've lit them on fire and risen above the flame and have made coats out of their ashes. People thought I would lay down and die. There's bets going on about my clean time and also my clean date. Yes, I did say that. I am 100 days clean as of tomorrow. Just for today, though. We don't count the days. We make the days count. So 109 strong today. We all got today. I got today. I have God in my life today. He is getting me through shit that I never thought in a million years I'd be able to deal with. I still go through everyday life shit, as in I struggle with emotions. Yeah, I have a problem coming to grips with certain aspects in life. Yeah, you got a lot of liars in this world, man. You got a lot of people trying to pull the web over your eyes. You got honeys that'll distract you because their ass is looking like a baboon. But they spewing monkey shit because they're faker than a fucking Barbie doll. You got dudes that's out here more generic than Bruce Jenner's vagina hair. But that's not what it's about, man. Them people need love too, because we used to be that. I went through a situation, right? You know, I'd pursue women for the wrong reasons. I'll admit that. I didn't want to be alone. I even did it early in this recovery. I met somebody that I actually felt a bond with. And I got overlooked. The footwork I put in, the words I would say, the trying to, give them something money couldn't buy. I got basically dropped like a bad habit because for whatever reason, whether I don't have a car, whether, I'm not some material pussy hungry dude. I'm not about I know what the pound game gets. I'm trying to give that for life to somebody who shines. I am a motherfucking G in the sense that I survive shit that people shouldn't even have to live through. So you're damn right I deserve a goddess. My standards are a little higher today. Pardon the swag. Yeah, I deserve that goddess. Something Alexa Bliss like. Absolutely. I really like this girl in the sense that she dropped me. If she came back tomorrow, there'd be bounder now. I ain't going out of my way for her. I've done that. Nothing is taking me out the game. I'm in this to win this. This is life or death, dog. But time do we got? I do have some sort of connection with her. I'm not going to call it love, but yeah, I feel for her because maybe she doesn't understand the realness that's in front of her. Maybe she runs from it because it represents something so pure that she can't understand. She just wants to run back to what she's used to. Hey, she'll learn that lesson just like the others did. I ain't got to do nothing about that. But here's my thing. You thought people do these things because they think I'm going to die because they're going to take me out the game. No. Somebody comes up with a gun and you think I'm on the other side? No. Somebody breaks into a store and gets a gun in their face. You see me? No. I'm the guy that knocks. I'm the guy that breaks that down. Sometimes I do use necessary evil because it's for the greater good. I got to put people in their place sometimes because I was put in mine. I am here today to give you this message that everybody does sin differently, man. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you want to call it. I think we should do our best to unconditionally love others until they love themselves and try to understand that we all sin differently. And as long as it don't affect us, as long as it don't harm or injure anyone else, let them believe what they want to believe. It's fucked up in the game when you get used or abused by somebody that you just wanted to give your whole heart to and still do. But that's life. I'm glad to be that poster boy. But don't sit here and act like I ain't a part of this. Like I ain't a poster child for this. Like I wasn't built to inspire people and motivate them. I don't care what my size and stature is, dog. in my soul, I'm 11 feet tall, and you can't teach that. In closing, I just want to say this is living proof that anybody that was ever told they can't do it, they can. My life is amazing today. I have things I never thought I would be afforded. My mom is in my life on a daily basis. My grandma is proud of me. I have a brother that I never dreamed I would have. Materialistic things, they're coming back. They're not important. But today, I'm actually about the message that I speak. The footwork shows it. I'm talking the talk and walking the walk. If I can do it, all of us fools can do it. Don't let anybody tell you you ain't a G if you're in recovery. I'm proud of you. Stay beautiful. Anyway, it's been a long time coming. I guess this is my victory lap, even though I got a lot of running to do yet. Running in recovery, that is. This here's been a long video, so I gotta go. It's Exxon Eddie, or Easy Eddie. Or you could just call me the lovable lunatic. The guy that nobody would ever vouch for. Put this in your pipe and smoke it for an outro. I'm out, yo. Peace, love, and positivity. God bless y'all.